I can still feel the sting of that slap echoing through the hushed dining room of the Oakwood Grill in Austin, Texas. The metallic tang of blood filled my mouth as I touched my split lip, staring up at my father, Michael Reyes, his face twisted in rage. All because I'd finally uttered that forbidden word, no. They expected me to crumble, to hand over everything I'd built with my own hands to bail out my brother Ryan yet again. But that night, as the other diners froze in shock, something inside me snapped, not just my lip, but the chains of silence I'd worn for years. What followed wasn't just revenge, it was the unraveling of a family built on betrayal. And the price I paid was steeper than I ever imagined. My name is Anna Reyes. I'm 35 now, the owner of Serene Stones LLC, a bespoke jewelry design firm I started from scratch in my tiny Austin apartment. Growing up in what I thought was a solid, middle-class home with my parents, Michael and Susan, and my younger brother Ryan, I believed in the unbreakable bonds of family. Blood is thicker than water, they'd say, but I learned the hard way that sometimes it's just a sticky mess that traps you. I was the dependable one, the quiet achiever who turned late nights sketching designs into a thriving business. Ryan, at 30, was the family's shining star, the bold visionary with endless schemes that always fizzled out, leaving everyone else to pick up the pieces. The favoritism crept in like a slow poison. It started innocently enough. 3 years back, when Ryan needed $10,000 for his first game-changer idea, a fitness app that would revolutionize home workouts. It's family, Anna, my mother cooed over Sunday brunch. He'll pay you back when it hits big. Of course. It bombed. And the money vanished like smoke. When I mentioned it at a holiday gathering, my father shot me that stern look. Don't nickel and dime your own blood. Ryan's taking risks you wouldn't understand. As if building Serene Stones from garage sales to high-end boutiques wasn't a risk. But I swallowed it. Because that's what I did, kept the peace. Stayed silent. The demands escalated, each one chipping away at my resolve. $20,000 for a prototype, $40,000 for marketing. Every time. The same emotional blackmail. Why won't you believe in your brother like he believes in you? Ryan never believed in me. He barely acknowledged my success, dismissing it as pretty little trinkets. By early 2022, he'd burned through over $100,000 of my savings, and the guilt trips turned vicious. You're hoarding your luck while Ryan struggles, my mother would whisper on late-night calls, her voice laced with disappointment that cut deeper than any knife. Then came the big ask in March 2023, $300,000 for his latest brainchild, a disruptive e-commerce platform for independent artists. My parents summoned me to their ranch-style home in the suburbs for a family council. Michael's voice boomed like he was still in the boardroom from his old corporate days. We've crunched the numbers, Anna. It's time to sell Serene Stones. I nearly dropped my mug of herbal tea. Sell? The business I'd poured my soul into. The one that honored my late grandmother's love for crafting by hand? That boutique chain offered you $1.5 million last fall, Susan added, her eyes pleading. Plenty to seed Ryan's venture and give you a fresh start. Ryan lounged on the couch, smirking. Come on, sis. It's just jewelry. My platform could be the next Etsy killer. I left that meeting with my heart pounding, a storm brewing in my chest. But I held firm, ignoring the barrage of texts and voicemails that followed. Selfish became their favorite weapon, hurled at every family event. Aunts and uncles I'd barely seen in years suddenly preached about family unity, their words dripping with judgment. The pressure built like a pressure cooker. The silence I maintained only fueling their assumptions that I'd eventually cave. Deep down, the betrayal festered, the way they reduced my achievements to mere fodder for Ryan's failures. The way my dreams were always secondary. The explosion hit on May 15th, 2023. At that ill-fated family dinner at the Oakwood Grill, 20 relatives crammed into a private room, with Ryan positioned like a king next to Michael. I sensed the trap when the desserts arrived and Michael cleared his throat for a toast. Big news, everyone. Ryan's platform has VC interest, but he needs that initial capital locked in soon. His gaze locked on me like a laser. And Anna's stepping up by selling serene stones to make it happen. Cheers erupted, hands clapping my back as if I'd volunteered for martyrdom. My cousin Mia, a sharp family therapist, squeezed my arm sympathetically. But the rest beamed at Ryan. No, I said, my voice cutting through the noise like a blade. The room stilled. I never agreed to that. I'm not selling. Michael's jaw tightened. We've talked about this. Anna, don't make a scene. You talked at me, I fired back, the years of swallowed words bubbling up. But you never listened. This is my life, not Ryan's piggy bank. Ryan leaned forward, eyes flashing. This is bigger than you. Anna, if you bail now, you're killing my future. Your future. I snapped. What about mine? I've funded your flops long enough. That's when Michael rose, his chair scraping like thunder. He stormed around the table. And before I could react, his hand cracked across my face. The impact sent stars exploding in my vision, my lips splitting open. You ungrateful bitch, he snarled, low enough for only me to hear. After all we've sacrificed for you. The room gasped, silverware clattering. Susan averted her eyes, fiddling with her napkin. Ryan looked stunned, but said nothing. Mia jumped up, wedging herself between us. Uncle Michael. Stop. Anna. Come on. Let's get out of here. In the parking lot, blood staining my collar, Mia urged me to call the cops. Press charges. Anna. This is assault. I wiped my face, a cold fire igniting in my gut. No charges. Not yet. I have a better plan. Driving home that night, Susan's whispered warning from the doorway replayed. Know your place. Anna. For the first time. I did. And it wasn't as their silent victim anymore. What they didn't know, what I'd hidden to protect myself, was that serene stones was no small-time hobby. It had ballooned to a $4 million valuation, with $1.2 million in yearly revenue from custom pieces sold to celebrities and high-end stores. I'd patented a signature gem-setting technique pulling in $90,000 in licenses annually. Quietly, I'd invested in 2 trendy Austin cafes and a real estate flip that netted me another $1 million in assets. I'd kept it all under wraps, knowing the vultures would circle. Ryan's needs would always trump mine. The next morning, with my face throbbing, I sprang into action. First, a call to Mia for support. Then, to a private investigator, Elena Vargas, to dig up dirt. Finally, to Caldwell and Associates, top attorneys in Austin. Over the following weeks, we assembled a fortress of evidence. Harassing emails from Michael outlining persuasion tactics, texts from Ryan guilting me for cash, witness statements from the Oakwood staff confirming the slap. Mia helped draft restraining orders and potential suits for emotional distress and coercion. The pain of reliving it all, the silent nights I'd cried over their indifference, fueled me, turning hurt into hardened strategy. I timed my strike for July 20th, 2023. Ryan's engagement bashed his fiancée, Brooke, at the Grand Pavilion in Dallas. The whole clan would be there, plus Brooke's affluent Dallas kin and potential backers for Ryan's platform. They'd uninvited me unless I atoned. Oh, I'd atone. All right. I arrived during the cocktail mingle, transformed in a sleek $4,000 gown that screamed confidence, makeup masking the faded bruise. Heads turned as I entered. Susan hurried over, hissing, "You shouldn't be here." I smiled coolly. I'm just delivering Ryan's gift. Isn't that what family does? Before she could block me, I strode to the podium where a lovey-dovey slideshow looped. Plugging in my tablet, I grabbed the mic. For those unfamiliar, I'm Anna Reyes, Ryan's sister. I've been hounded about my contribution to his future. Click, an old family snapshot. Family means everything to me, which is why this hurts. Click, Michael's post-slap texts sell or you're cut off. Murmurs spread. 2 months ago, my father assaulted me in public for refusing to fund Ryan's dreams. Click, time-stamped photos of my injuries. This caps years of manipulation and theft. Susan lunged for the stage, but Mia intercepted. Michael paled, Ryan sweated. What you don't know, I pressed on, is Serene Stones isn't some trinket shop. Click, balance sheets. It generates over $1 million annually, with patents and investments worth millions more. I eyed Ryan. I could bankroll you easily. But 4 experts reviewed your plan, it's doomed. Click, damning reports. Brooke's dad, a Dallas oil tycoon, scrutinized the projections keenly. I'm not here to destroy, I lied a little, but to end the toxicity. Mia handed out legal packets, cease and desists, harassment claims. I've also set up trusts for future kids in the family education. Health only. No more enabling. Michael bellowed. This is slander. You're ruining us. No. Dad. You ruined trust when you hit me. Right on cue. Austin PD detectives entered, courtesy of my filed report. Michael Reyes. We need to discuss an assault allegation. Chaos erupted, shouts. Tears as I slipped out. Brooke's dad caught me. Ryan pitched me last month. Now I see the full picture. Let's talk Serene Stones. I passed my card. Happy to, Mr. Thornton. But I'm not seeking funds, I'm self-made. The fallout hit like a hurricane. Michael avoided jail but got probation, anger management, and a tarnished rep. Ryan's platform imploded. Investors fled after the exposé revealed his padded resumes and shaky projections. Brooke called off the wedding when Ryan's charm cracked under scrutiny. Surprisingly, Susan filed for divorce a month later, citing abuse. She reached out once. You were always the strong one. Anna, help me through this. I declined gently. I need space to heal. The family splintered. Some shunned me. Others confided similar grievances. Aunt Clara, Michael's sister, defended me publicly. Michael spoiled Ryan rotten. Anna did what she had to. Serene Stones surged. Customers loved the empowered woman narrative. I expanded to 3 studios. Launched a women's entrepreneurship workshop. For months post-showdown, Ryan emailed for coffee at a bustling Austin spot. He looked defeated in khakis and a polo. Selling phones at Best Buy now, he admitted. No ask came. I let Dad bully you because it suited me. I'm sorry, Anna, not for my mess, but for your pain. The remorse seemed real. Cracking my armor. Thanks, I said. We talked tentatively about therapy. His community college classes. Trust? Shattered. But a fragile bridge formed. 8 months on, I uprooted to Portland, Oregon, for fresh markets and distance. Bought a cozy bungalow with forest views. Set up my workshop there. At a networking event, I met Alex Harper, a sustainable investor who valued my grounded approach. Not every win needs fireworks, he said over coffee dates. Slow and steady builds empires. On the anniversary, a package from Susan, a handmade scarf. Note, I was blind. Working on change. Forgiveness. I stored it away, process. Not switch. Ryan managed a store now. Our chat's polite. Michael? Remarried in Vegas. Demanded via lawyer. I scrubbed the incident online. My reply, no. That word. Once my trigger. Now my shield. Standing in my Portland studio, watching rain patter on evergreens, I pondered the cost. The betrayal's scars lingered. Trust a rare commodity. But from the ashes, I'd forged freedom. Yes to boundaries. Yes to growth. Yes to a life unawed. The quiet jewelry maker they dismissed now led a $6 million enterprise. Their attempts to break me had only revealed my unbreakable core. And in that transformation lay not just revenge, but redemption, mine alone.